Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Anime TV. Bailey here. Today we're going to be answering some fan questions, so let's get it started.
AnimeTV, go!
All right, so our first question is from Timothy, who asks, what anime series, past or present, would you like to see get licensed in North America? It's an awesome question. My number one show, and I think a lot of people know I love this show a lot, is Detroit Metal City. Yeah! It's so awesome. If you haven't seen it, you've got to check it out. I actually think it's one of those animes that would do better in America than it would in Japan because we're more of a hard rock metal kind of society, I feel like. I also love a show called Sasame Kikoto. It was pretty recent. It's just beautifully shot, beautifully well done, and I just kind of get a feeling it's never going to sort of show up here, so maybe one of these days.
AnimeTV, go! Awesome.
All right, our next question is from Tim, who actually has a three-part question. So the first question is, what is your favorite anime that is not a Ghibli film? Ghibli? I can never remember which one it is. I think it's Ghibli. Let me try that again. Okay.
What if it's not Ghibli?
I always say it wrong because it's GH, which to me should be Ghibli.
That should be Ghibli to me.
But then everyone's like, no, it's Ghibli. What is your favorite anime film that is not a Ghibli film? Well, if you haven't seen Millennium Actress or Perfect Blue, they're done by the same director. They are fantastic, like life-changing. How did I live without ever having seen these films before? So seriously, if you haven't seen them, get on Netflix or run to Best Buy and pick them up now. His next question is there a manga that you would like to see get animated one day? Yes, there is. One of my favorite mangas is Hanakimi. I've read them all. They're my favorite. I cried like a little girl.
They're so cute!
And they made a live action show of it in Japan, which is fantastic, and I highly recommend that, but there's been no anime series yet. So I'm really hoping, but it's also about 10 years old, so I have a feeling it's not gonna happen. So, but that's my dream someday, is I get to watch the Hanakimi anime. And finally, his last question is, do you have an anime show that is a guilty pleasure? Meaning it's bad, you know it's bad, but you can't stop watching it. As much as I don't think the show is very bad, Bleach is kind of my guilty pleasure in the sense that it just keeps going and I don't have time to watch 8 million episodes of an anime, but I just keep getting it off the Netflix and watching it and I just can't stop. And every time I finish one of their seasons, I'm like, this is it, I'm gonna stop, no more Bleach, I don't care anymore, and then sure enough, I'll watch the next season. So that's sort of my one that I really wish I could just quit. Why can't I quit, you Bleach? Our next question comes from Nikki in Flushing, Michigan. She asks, I was wondering if you had any recommendations for kids anime. I would like to find something that is clean, not too violent, has a great storyline and art, and isn't just one big commercial for a toy line. Apparently you also have shown your kids all the Miyazaki films. Unfortunately, that was the easy one I was going to tell you, was the Miyazaki films. But yeah, there are a few things out there. I know a lot of people think like Pokemon is too sort of commercial and stuff, but I personally think Pokemon is a great show if you're not doing all the cards and things like that, which can get kind of annoying, but it's a fun storyline. I think parents will enjoy it as much as the kids do, and I think the animation's really fun in it. So, I mean, I personally love Pokemon. Another one, if you're going for Miyazaki and you haven't seen them all yet, I love Nausicaa, Valley of the Wind. It's my favorite Miyazaki film. There's also one called The Cat Returns that which I haven't seen, but everyone seems to think it's a really good anime for kids. There's also another one called Steam Boy, which is maybe more for boys might like that, but it is a movie, it's not a whole animated show, and it's kind of that, you know, steampunk kind of thing, and it's a really fun show. So I think any of those if you try, but even though a lot of the good series are quote unquote just commercial toy lines, doesn't mean they're not good. In Japan, Doraemon and Amanpan, I can never say it right, they're really popular with kids and they have a ton of toys and stuff out there, but they're really fun shows. So you might want to just give Pokemon or something like that a shot because your kids might end up really enjoying it. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Talking about Anpanman?
Anpanman. Did I say it right?
It's like
Anmanpan?
everything.
Anpanman?
Anpanman.
Yeah, I can never say it right either. Anpanman. There's a lot of N's in that name. Our next question comes from Jesse, who asks, I started to subscribe to Netflix. They have a vast anime collection and several anime series featured on an instant play. I was wondering if in your upcoming shows you could feature anime that you like that is available on Netflix Instant Play. I know, I'm a big fan of Netflix too, Jesse. I'm on there pretty much every day watching something. I actually just went through and was sort of looking at my history on what I had recently watched on Netflix instant streaming. So I made you a little list. I'm currently watching Vandred, which is 2 seasons, and it's a really fun show. So if you haven't seen Vandred, you should really check it out. They also have Soul Eater on there, which I don't know if you have seen Soul Eater, but it's by the same guy who does Durarara, which is a fantastic show, and I highly recommend Soul Eater also. They also have Fruits Basket, which is more for the girls out there, but it is fun. It's a good, clean show. We have Full Metal Alchemist, Ninja Scroll, Ouran High School Host Club, one of the best, it's one of my top 3s of all time, and Full Metal Panic. Full Metal Panic might have been something you might not have seen because it came out a few years ago, not too long, but it's a really, really good show. So there's a small list, maybe that'll help you get started, but really just go to the Netflix Instant Play section and just see what pops up. You know, you might end up finding a series that you really love that you've never would have given a moment to before because it's free to see. Love the Netflix.
Welcome back to another episode of AnimeTV.
Can I like jump on?
I'm Bailey and I only wear this shirt.